everyone, and welcome back to the Successfully Balanced podcast. I am your host, Aria, and I'm so excited for today's episode because today we're talking about how to make 2026 your funnest year yet. Yes, I know it is May. Yes, it's probably a bit late for this episode, but it is not too late. If you feel like this year hasn't been the best so far, we can still get on top of it and it's still going to be really good. Don't give up now. It's going to be okay. So we're going to be chatting about that today, but before we get into it, welcome to this podcast. If you're new here, this podcast is for the ambitious women who are building something big in their life and just really want to go above and beyond and really just achieve some incredible things. So if that is you, thank you so much for being here. I really hope that you enjoy this episode. If you do, then give it a rating if you're listening on Spotify or if you're on YouTube, like and subscribe and all that kind of stuff. And also, if like at any stage you hear something and it really changes your life or just like helps you in any way, send me a DM on Instagram and I would love to hear, and it would just make me feel so happy. So thank you so much. I really hope you enjoy this episode. But as I do at the start of every episode, I talk about like one thing that I've been doing to work towards my goals and one thing that I've been doing to have more balance in my life. So sorry, my cat is in my room. If you hear him meowing, sorry. I'll take his collar off so you can't hear that. So something that I've been doing to work towards my goals was actually on Thursday night, I did a masterclass to this community called Maison Femme, and they invited me like, I think a month ago into the community to do a masterclass, and it was just the most incredible thing ever. Like they have such a beautiful group of women in there, and it was just so amazing it was just so amazing to speak to everyone and just be able to share the stuff I know. And I would really love to do that masterclass with you guys and just like invite my audience there. So let me know if that's something that you'd be interested in. It was on an elevated action blueprint, so basically how to achieve high level goals without burning out. So let me know if that's something you're interested in and I will consider hosting a live one for you guys. But yeah, anyways, so something that I did to have a bit more balance in my life is actually what day was it? Friday, I went for a walk with a friend, and then Saturday I went out for pizza with another friend, and then today I'm actually going to the beach for just like a solo day and just go for a walk, get a coffee, that kind of thing. And yeah, so it's been a really nice week and just have really enjoyed it. So yeah, it's been awesome. But let's get into the actual episode. So the reason I'm making this episode, if we go back a few years, I've always been really ambitious, but there was a time in my life where I was so ambitious that it was destructive, where I was literally working 15 hours a day. I didn't let myself have any breaks. I refused to go out with my friends because I thought that was taking me away from my goals, and I just refused to have fun, honestly, and I just thought it was a waste of time. And it got to the point where I was working 15 hours a day and I was having no breaks on the weekends. I was never seeing friends or family, and I completely burnt out. And I remember I reached this moment where I was laying on my living room floor and I was typing until I fell asleep, and I realized right then, I was like, I don't want to continue doing this. And I kind of even said to myself, I was like, I don't even want to be successful. This is what it feels like. Like I felt so, sorry about my phone, I felt so hollow and I just felt just terrible. And I was like, I want to actually enjoy my life. I was like, I want to find a way to be both successful and happy. And honestly, that is the whole basis of this podcast, why it's called Successfully Balanced, because I just feel like it is such a beautiful thing to be both successful in your goals and in the areas that you want to improve on, but also have a life and also just really enjoy your life. And so that is literally why I'm here today. And this podcast is more sort of on the balance side of things and how do you have more fun in your life, because honestly, like there are two things, there's a lot of things I'm scared of, but two of the like biggest ones, like one, I'm afraid of not reaching my full potential and feeling like I could have done more and like I could have built a better life for myself and my future family and everything. And I also am scared that if I do get there, that I'm not going to have enjoyed my life in the process and look back on the last 20 years and think, what did I even do? Like I didn't enjoy my life, you know what I'm saying? And so I think the culmination of all of that has led me to really be so intentional about, yes, working towards my goals and being very ambitious and really trying to achieve a lot, but also being so intentional about actually using my downtime and really doing things that I really enjoy. I say the word like genuinely so much, but I genuinely just feel like this is just, I love it so much. So I really want to share it with you. I don't have too many notes for this episode, but I do have sort of a few key points that I want to talk about. And the first one is to actually have a travel/experiences budget, because I feel like if we were to try and go and plan all these experiences, like a lot of them do cost money, and so if you aren't prepared for that, it can feel like really stressful. I mean, yes, obviously there are experiences which you can do for free, like just going for a walk or things like that, but if you want to go on more unique experiences, like if you want to go and swim with manatees, like that's obviously going to cost money. And so I think it's really important to, if you're really serious about having more unique experiences throughout the year, actually having a budget for that, so that when things come up that you want to do them, it doesn't surprise you and you don't think, oh my goodness, I can't afford this, because you've already allocated that money towards that. Obviously, everyone's financial situation is so different, and I don't mean to oversimplify it, but in the case of, you're getting a paycheck and you do have some disposable income, putting some of that towards travel, I think, and like experience, I say travel and experience is sort of like synonymously, but I think having that preparation so that, you know, you can do things spontaneously. And if you want to save up for a trip, there's that option there, because if you're trying to like find the funds to do it when you haven't already allocated, I feel like it's just really difficult. So strongly would recommend actually having a little account in your bank account for travel and experiences. And just like every single Sunday I do my finances, and so I'll put like a little percentage or a certain amount of what I earn that week into my travel account. And then, you know, when I have enough money to book an experience or book a trip, then I'll do that. And so I would definitely recommend that, because then you don't get surprised by these things and you can sort of have that allocated, and I think that just makes things a lot easier. Second point that I had is to put events into your calendar in advance, especially if you're really ambitious like me and you have a habit of being a workaholic and just really enjoying your work. I think it's so important to actually book things in advance, because I know if I leave it up to me, like wait until I have time, I'll talk about that in a second as well. If I wait until I have time to do something, it's never going to happen. But I know that if I have booked a weekend in advance to go to another city or like whatever, if I have booked that in advance, I'm way more likely to do it, because then I can sort of prepare to have finished my work before then. Like if for example, if someone said to me like on Saturday, oh, are you free tonight? Like, I mean, obviously like I'll say yes because I'm a friend and I want to have a good time. But it's just like, it makes it more difficult when it's spontaneous, because I haven't factored in the fact that I'm not going to be at home to do certain things. So having a plan in advance, like if you were to say to me on Monday, hey, do you want to catch up on Saturday? Then I'd be able to kind of make sure I got my work done by that, if that makes sense. And so having things in your calendar in advance, I don't just mean like on the week, like things like if you're going for a trip, like have that planned out months in advance, so that you know that if you need your paid time off before that time, you can allocate that, and just like be prepared. Honestly, a lot of this is just about being prepared. I mean, yes, it's spontaneity, I think that's really important, but also having a plan that is, yeah, really crucial as well. So that's one thing. So now one thing I didn't actually write in my notes, but I think is really important, is actually, and what was it now? I kind of forgotten. What was actually, oh yes, okay. An exercise that I really want you to do, because I have done this before and I think it was so crucial, was make a list of all the things that you would do if you had time. So all the things like getting piano lessons, going on a hike, going stand-up paddleboarding, like all the things that you keep saying to yourself like you'll do when you have time. Make that list, like genuinely get out a piece of paper and write it. I did this like a few months ago, and it was just such an I just felt so like eye-opened, if that's the right word, because I was like, oh my goodness, there's so many of these things. And then I actually realized like, wait, I actually do have time. And now I do them pretty much every single week, and I feel so much better, and I have just so much more energy to do my work because I actually take time out to do those things. And that's another thing as well, is like, oftentimes we think that going out and having fun and having new experiences is taking away from your work and your goals, and you know, it's more productive to just lock in and focus. But the reality is that if you actually have more life experiences and you have more time for your brain to expand and just explore more of the world, you're going to be so much more creative, you're going to be so much more focused, so much more energized, and your work is going to be so much better. Like I know every single time that I go away and I travel or I do things, I come back feeling so much more refreshed, and I just feel like my brain is like bursting with creative energy, and I can talk about more stuff, and I just feel like it's so much more, it just feels more rich and just more, there's just more substance to it. Because when you kind of fall into the same routine all the time, and we'll talk about this as well later, but your brain kind of falls into like a monotony where it doesn't really branch out. It just kind of, it's on autopilot. And so when you break that with a new experience or whatever, your brain is exposed to new stimuli, and it can get new ideas. It has more to like go off of. And oh my gosh, another thing as well, this is sort of a little side tangent, but someone asked me yesterday, they were like, how do you get your ideas for your content? And I feel like this is the most disappointing answer, because I literally don't have like a way of doing it. It happens spontaneously. But I thought into it more, and I realized that actually when I like my most like juicy content ideas always come when I'm bored. Like if I'm in the shower or I'm doing the dishes, when my mind is not really physically stimulated and I'm just kind of like just being bored, or like I'm just laying on my floor or just doing something or going for a walk and I don't have that much like stimulation, that's when the most creative ideas come, because your brain is so bored that it doesn't have stimulation to distract it. It has to make its own stimulation to keep it stimulated. And so yeah, honestly, a little side tangent, but if you can push yourself outside of your daily routine and also make yourself be bored, it kind of sounds like an oxymoron, but you know what I'm saying? You will think of more creative ideas and your work will be much better and you'll be able to go so much further. So just a little side hack. Anyways, okay, what was the next thing? The next thing was, don't wait, initiate. I think, honestly, all of us have this perception that one of our friends is going to ask us to do something really cool and we're going to say yes. It doesn't really work like that. You have to be that friend, because quite frankly, there's like a very small chance, like I love your friends. Oh, that sounds weird. I love my friends, but like I wouldn't rely on them to think of the exact experience that I want to do if I want to do it with them. Like I would much rather that I think of it myself and, you know, we plan it, than me wait for 2 years and then like they won't bring it up. Because like, this sounds like, how do I say this better? Like, don't count on someone else to make the experience. We're always waiting for someone to think of the plan, to invite us on that trip, whatever. But we kind of don't realize that we are also that person that someone else is waiting for, and you can actually be that person to initiate. And so my advice to be, like, honestly, the main thing from this is don't wait for one of your friends to be like, oh, you want to go on like a sunset walk on the weekend? Literally message them, because they are like, they would be so happy if you, like, to get that message being like, hey, I'd love to go and grab ice cream on Friday night. Like, do you want to come with me to the beach and we can get ice cream? Like, wouldn't that just be like the coolest message to receive? Like, that's just so nice. So honestly, don't wait for your friends to ask you that. Like, go and be the one to do that. And also, when you get into the habit of doing that, they'll learn like, oh, I can actually spontaneously ask this person as well, and they'll ask you, hey, do you want to get ice cream on Friday? You know what I'm saying? So don't wait, initiate, go for it. Just stop waiting for permission as well. Like, you don't need to wait for your whole friend group to be free to do something. You just decide that you're going, and maybe like, you know, go with like one other person and be like, okay, me and so are going on this. Like, if anyone else wants to join us, go for it. But don't wait for everyone's permission to do what it is that you really want to do. Okay. Another thing as well, sort of like based on that, where like if you're in a friend group and you usually like wait for other people everyone to be free to do something, I think as well, like, don't be afraid to do something alone. Like this morning, I'm going for a beach walk alone. I mean, yeah, I could have gone with friends. I could have like invited someone, but even if like no one had said yes, I still would have gone. And I think that's really important. Like, if you have plans that you really want to do, I mean, unless it is like a 2-player game kind of thing, I think, like, don't wait for someone else to say yes to give you permission to go. You can still go by yourself. And so sort of what I recommend that you do is actually make a plan for yourself and be like, okay, I'm going to go here at this time, and then invite people. And if they come, great. And if they don't, that's like, you don't lose anything. You're still going by yourself, so it doesn't really matter. And so I think as well, like, it depends on how kind of close you are with your friends, or like how many friends you have and where they are in the stages of life. But a lot of time I can really get caught up in being like, oh my god, my friends will have exams right now, like I can't really ask them to catch up because, I don't know, they're probably busy and things like that. Which one, they're probably more likely to catch up with you than you think, and they're more likely to say yes than you think. But two, it's like, I don't have to wait for them to say yes for me to go and do something. Like, I can go see a movie by myself, I can go do whatever, like, it doesn't matter. You don't have to wait for anyone. I think that's honestly the biggest thing. You don't have to wait for anyone to give you permission to go and just have fun and enjoy your life. Yeah. Okay. Now, my last kind of main point that I had on this was, so I said before about, like, you know, you don't want to always be in your day-to-day routine. You want to kind of go out of your, I don't want to say comfort zone, but like kind of go out of your, just like your day-to-day, and like how easy it is to just kind of like go through the motions every day. But one other thing that I want to sort of say on that as well is that I find so much joy in romanticizing my day-to-day. And I think that, you know, obviously we can't always be on trips around the world and stuff, and, you know, depending on where you are in your life, like that may or may not be achievable for you, but we don't always have to be going out every single weekend and doing cool stuff. You can literally just enjoy your day-to-day. And I know that sounds just so like probably cliche and whatever, but this past week, other than yesterday, because it was like the day before my period and I was like crying, but most of this last week I have felt so good, and literally nothing major has happened. Like, I haven't really gone anywhere. I haven't, like, nothing really exciting has happened other than just going for a walk with my friends and getting dinner. But I don't know, I just have felt so good. And the main reason is that I wake up and I go like, today's gonna be a good day, and I look for the fun in my life. And like, when I'm doing this podcast, I'm having fun with it. Like, you can tell I'm smiling the whole time because I love what I do, and I just like really care about helping you. And so like that just gives me so much energy. And so even though this is, you know, pretty much my Sunday morning routine, although last week I didn't post, and sorry, I was running a 10k. That's a whole nother story actually, but I was running a 10k, and so I didn't get time to film this episode. But regardless, my point is, this is technically a routine activity, and I'm making it fun. And so I think that's so important that you actually can, even with things that are fun, even with cleaning, like, oh my goodness, pretend you're a Disney princess, get the vacuum cleaner and like dance around. What I'm trying to say is that you can romanticize your day-to-day, and that will make everything so much funner. Like, if you can enjoy watering your plants, like imagine how much you can enjoy going to swim with penguins. I don't even know if that's an actual experience, but what I'm saying, like, just enjoy the everyday single day, like look for the positive. And especially like the first thing that when you wake up, your brain is transitioning from sleep to awake. And in that period of time where it's regaining consciousness, it is so important to program it exactly how you want to spend the rest of your day. So if you're waking up thinking like, oh my god, today's gonna suck, it's just another day, I have like a 12-hour work shift. I mean, yeah, obviously that's probably not something to, look forward to. But you can basically choose another thought where when you wake up in the morning, you can think, oh my goodness, I get to work today, I get to make money today, I get to go and like see the sight of my city as I go on the train. Just the first thing you say when you wake up, try and make that positive, because that is going to set such a positive tone for the rest of your day and just make everything feel so fun. And like honestly, just like laugh at things as well, like just giggle at things. Like if something funny happens, like I've gotten into the habit recently of sending my mum gifts, and like like it goes like hashtag images on like Apple Messages, whatever. I've been sending her those and it just gives me so much serotonin. Like I've just sent a gift and it's just so funny. Like I don't know, maybe you guys don't find that funny, but for me, I just find that hilarious. And so like that just gives my day so much more positive vibes. I love it so much. So just find those things in your day that makes you happy. Like if that's ordering an almond latte or whatever it is that you like in your life, like do it. I really think like life is too short to make every single day monotonous. And even if it is monotonous, at least make it fun monotonous. At least make the monotony enjoyable. Romanticize your life. I think that's so important. And honestly, there is hardly any difference between this week and the previous week, but I've enjoyed this week so much more, and there is no particular reason other than just the fact that I've decided to enjoy it more. And it's as simple as that. Like honestly, I have just said to myself like, hey, I'm going to enjoy this week. I'm going to have fun with this. And I love it so much. And my business is going so much further and everything's just working so much better because I'm having fun. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy it. Even if I'm having a really bad day and like, I've got things that I don't want to do that day, I will still romanticize it and I will still enjoy the hell out of it. Like if I have to clean the whole day, which I do today, I'm going to put in some music. I'm going to enjoy my music and I'm going to make the most of it. And as well, oh my goodness. Okay. Such a perspective thing. When people are stuck in traffic, I'm actually very rarely annoyed at traffic unless I'm literally physically in a rush and I like have to be somewhere on time. I'm very rarely annoyed at traffic. Whereas the people that I know will often get like, oh my goodness, people in my city, like they drive so slow, which actually is a stereotype. If you're in Adelaide, like, there's a stereotype people drive slow. Anyways, the point is, a lot of people that I know will complain about the traffic, and I actually have no problem with it unless I'm in a rush. But even if it's just like an inconvenience, I don't really see it like that. I just turn my music up higher. I'd be like, hey Siri, can you play whatever song it is? And I just vibe to the song and I'm like, hey, cool. I get to listen to my song for longer. Like, isn't that awesome? I feel like I sound like such a toxic optimist right now, but I'm just saying like, you can turn any bad situation into something fun. Just like, it's purely by choice. Like we have the freedom to choose how we interpret a situation. And so being stuck in traffic, you can choose to be sad about it and have road rage with the guy next to you. Or you can put on the music and you can like vibe to it and be like, oh my goodness, yes, I get to listen to Taylor Swift for an extra 20 minutes today, like that's awesome, And so you do have the choice to enjoy situations purely based on the fact that you want to enjoy them. Oh my God, I'm just so happy right now. I'm so happy right now. But like literally half an hour ago before I started filming this episode, I low-key didn't feel like good. I was like, I don't know, I was just, not in that good of a mood. I made pancakes for breakfast though, and that was fun. But yeah, just try and have fun with your life. Like, who's that quote? Oh my gosh, I always forget her name. The ice skater that has like the cool stripes in her hair. I forgot her name. But she was saying like, oh my God, I don't want to quote her wrong, but she was basically saying like, if your goal is to have fun, you have nothing to lose. Like if you're out there, every moment that you're out there, you're getting something. And so like, if you're just having fun, you don't have anything to lose. And I just think that's so good. I love it so much. Oh my God, I'm in such good vibes now. I'm going to go. Oh, I've got to keep talking. I really want to keep talking to you guys, but I feel like I just don't have anything useful to say. I'm just rambling now. Let me know if you enjoyed this episode. I have honestly so enjoyed filming it. I just hope that you guys can get like my positive energy from just this video. But yeah, if you enjoyed it, give it a like and subscribe. Send it to someone that you think would just enjoy this episode. And if you're on what is it, Spotify? Yeah, if you're on Spotify, rate this podcast. It means the world to me. Like, oh my gosh, if you can rate it 5 stars, like if you genuinely think it's worth 5 stars, give it 5-star rating. That would literally mean the world to me. Thank you so much. And I'll be so grateful. And if this podcast has changed your life in any way, shape or form, send me a DM on Instagram at, you work it out, my Instagram. Send me a DM and just tell me something that you found really like good about it, and tell me what your goals are, and I will personally congratulate you. Yes, I do reply to pretty much all of my DMs, so if you DM me, I will probably see it and I will probably reply. So yeah, I hope you have the most amazing day. I hope you have the most amazing week, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.